the night of this incident, what was your initial assignment on duty?
We had various duties. We conducted surveillance in unmarked squad cars, watching crowds and making reports on them in the radio. We also did things like go to gas stations and make sure all the pumps were shut off.
Why did you do that?
Because we were receiving reports that there were people filling up gas containers at local gas stations, and to prevent further arson, we made sure that gas stations were not distributing gas.
Was there a certain time of day when you began that process?
Approximately 6 p.m. I know the curfew was at 8 p.m., so we were trying to make sure it was done before that. There were several others. Another thing we would do is we were receiving a lot of reports, 911 calls of different things going on. A lot of these calls were unfounded, but we still, every 911 call we get, we still have to check it out and make sure that things are safe there. So we would respond to locations where incidents were reported to see if something was going on. And if something was going on, we would verify that and do what we could.
Is it fair to say that on this particular Tuesday night, you and most of the rest of the Kenosha Police Department was out there in full response to issues going on in our community?
It depended on the issue.
But it wouldn't be normal for you as a detective to go to gas stations or the interstate exits or things like that?
No, a typical day for me is I'm in the Detective Bureau conducting follow-up investigations, occasionally going out and talking to witnesses, gathering surveillance footage, that sort of thing, but mainly on a normal day I'm in the Detective Bureau.
In the midst of all this chaos in Kenosha, this is a detective, Donald Schweitzer, a detective who's got to go out and do everything. I mean, it seems like it's all hands on deck when you've got a situation like this. And in a city like Kenosha that's generally kind of quiet and generally, you know, it's not a big city.
Vinny, you said it just right. You know, this is an example of how unprepared our cities had been for these very large-scale riots. So much so that you pull every person out of their assignment, detectives, people that probably haven't seen the streets in years, and they all get out there and they try to do the best they can. I think that what this prosecutor was trying to show is that they were taking care of matters, but the truth is they were in a defensive posture, and as this officer said, they were doing as much as they could.